Hey, what's up, everybody? My original Sonic 3 video, which has 10K views, by the way, which thank you guys for that. Glad you guys are enjoying that. I actually came across something at Target, actually. So now, technically, I have all of the Shadow merchandise for Sonic 3 as of right now. So here he is, the Shadow the Hedgehog deluxe plush from Sonic 3. I found this guy just kind of, while just kind of bumming around, just in and out of stores, just kind of looking around for the fun of it. And haven't been able to find this guy, so just seeing him there was kind of a big surprise, actually, and I'm just glad I have him now. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, I kind of like that he's big, but unfortunately, he's a bit big for my review station, though, at least, so I'm going to try and get this angle as good as possible, although he is a pretty big guy, as you can see. Very, very tall. I'm still trying to figure out how to review bigger stuff rather than just the usual 6 or 7 inch figures. But take a look at the box here real quick. Got some nice renders there of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles right on the side. On the back, you got a nice look at the deluxe plush there, advertising the figures at the bottom too as well. And on the side here, you got a very nice render of Shadow right there, which is a new render. I have not seen that yet, at least on merch as far as now, but let's open this guy up. Right off the bat, this is probably one of the best Shadow plushes ever. So, I've never done a full-on plush review, so let's go over his details. This guy is really, really nice. He's very big, of course, but let's take a look at these shoes first. So, he has some very nicely detailed shoes here. I do admit they did pack in quite a bit of detail with this guy. I would expect so, with it being a deluxe plush and all. This guy was only like $20 too, but I really do love the embroidery on the legs there with the kind of red stripes. Very, very nice printing on the shoes. Can't really complain about the printing. I'm not sure if this is accurate or not. I kind of don't know what that piece is, unless it's made to show the underneath of the shoes. But I really do like the material he's made out of. Like, it just feels like he's alive in a way with this material. But again, I kind of really don't like these fists. They just look like mittens to me. I feel like they could have done a little bit better. But I mean, they're alright, I guess. The cuffs are printed pretty nicely. Although I just wish maybe there could have been some sort of fingers or something there. But other than that, very decent chest fur. I love the embroidery around it, but as I will show later on, I kind of do prefer the fur that was on the normal plush. But this plush has some things that I like a lot more. He does have the spines on the back too as well, with that extra one in the middle. But the one thing I do like a lot more is the head. At least the overall shape of it. He does have a big head, but it looks really good. I mean, look at that profile. That is the most perfect Shadow profile I've ever seen in my entire life for a plush. He does have these two kind of dangly ones in the back. I do kind of wish they were more puffed up, or like stuffed up, or a little bit bigger, just like the ones on the sides of his head. Because I mean, these things are really, really nice, and they're shaped perfectly. He just has a really good head shape to him, and I just love the material too as well. I'm not a huge fan of the muzzle, because it does feel a little bit squished. And I feel like the eyes should come down a little bit more, because his eyes do kind of look a little bit silly, in my opinion. But he does have these, like, plastic eyes that just look, just lifelike, and they are very hard. You can't move them, but there's nice embroidery around the eyes right there for the eyelids. And his ears, too, you can actually make them look a little bit pointier. so that way they actually look a little bit more accurate. The regular plush just had him like rounded, and he kind of looked like a bear. But I mean, he's a really big guy, and I really do like this thing. And again, he was only $20, which really is not that bad. I think this is honestly the best shadow plush ever made, in my opinion. So this guy looks good, but let's see how tall he actually is. So here he is next to the Sonic 3 movie 5-inch shadow. So you can see how big he is, towering over that 5-inch shadow. Here he is next to my original Jazzwares shadow plush from way back in the day. This thing has seen some days. But of course, we got to bring in the regular plush from Sonic 3. Of course, the shadow plush. Yeah, there's a clear winner here. This deluxe one looks a hell of a lot better in a lot of ways, but they both can't stand, so of course they're going to just fall over. But taking a look at them, I want to compare the two, because in case you guys want a shadow plush from this movie, I will compare these two, since I have both of them now. I definitely do prefer the fists on this one, but let's take a look at the shoes here. So the shoes on the regular standard plush are a little bit more basic, I would say, as far as detail goes. It's pretty much, what you see is what you get, and it's a little bit more on the simplified end to make it a little more simple. But with the deluxe one here, there's a lot more detail to it, and I think it's a lot more movie accurate. And I don't know what that back piece is for still, but now take a look at the 5-inch figure. Now I see why they printed that there. But anyway, yes, as you can see, the differences between the feet are pretty noticeable. There's just a little bit of extra detail that comes on to the deluxe. And even like the materials. The material is vastly different. This material and the deluxe material are two different types of fur. Same thing with the chest fur. I definitely do prefer the chest fur on the main line plush, I guess I'll call it. So you can see there are some clear color differences and choices between the two. Mainly in the embroidery. I feel like the mainline plush is a little bit brighter, while the deluxe one is a little bit more on the mute side, sort of. But I prefer the muzzle on the mainline one as opposed to the deluxe. But both of the eyes, I think, are pretty cool and pretty good. Although I do prefer the ears on the deluxe. The mainline ones just kind of look a little too rounded, in my opinion. But that's mainly due to the fact that you can change the deluxe's ears just by pinching them a little bit. And here's take a look at the back. I definitely still prefer the deluxe head. I guess pattern or style or look compared to the mainline one. But all in all, I think it's a really nice plush. It's very big. Materials are great. I love the coloring. I love the way it looks. The only thing I don't like is just the hands. That's the only problem I have with it, is the hands. Maybe the chest fur. I would love for the chest fur to be a little bit different. But, you can't always get what you want. But, all in all, this is a really nice plush. And for $20, you really can't go wrong. Because any other company would probably make something like this, like $30 or $40. Nah, I think $20 is pretty much worth the price for this guy. Because, this is a pretty big guy that you get. Compared to, paying $20 for a Marvel Legends figure. But, this thing looks really great. Love the coloring. Love the materials. Don't really like the hands. They could have done something with that a little bit. But all in all, it's a really great plush. I don't have any problems with it. I'm really glad I own it. Now I officially have everything from the Sonic 3 movie. But other than that, that is pretty much it for this video. Just want to make a quick one on this guy, since I did get him. But anyways, make sure to like, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.